Our war on terror begins with Al-Qaeda, but it does not end there. It will not end until every terrorist group of global reach has been found, stopped, and defeated.
Good day, America. This is J.W. Scroggie, and I'm running for president. I'm here in the First Lady, and we are checking out the sunset. We got an epic sunset going on right now. I'm just sitting here looking at it and just feeling it for what it is. This is real. This is reality. This is a really sun going down, skies changing colors. We live in a real world. This is here. But how we think about the world and how we perceive ourselves in the world, to me, is fake, because I'm living in this real world, but all around me, day by day, I just see fake stuff that does not need to be there. I mean, like, in my perception, for instance, the war on terror. How can you have war on terror and call it a real war and do it for 13 years? How much terror have we spread during this war? Where does the line cross when the terrorist becomes you making terror? I mean, 2 buildings went down in 9/11 one day. The same day the Pentagon got hit. Nobody really talks about that, but we got to control the Pentagon, you know? We're going to have a war on terror. What's next? What the fuck is next if we have a war on something that we can't even have an enemy against? There's no one person. A terror could be anybody at any point in time. So you're going to have a war against anybody at any point in time? What I meant by this world is real, but it's our perceptions that make it fake to me. You have to look up Seymour Hersh. He has a document going out where U.S. is supplying weapons to people around ISIS who give the weapons to ISIS. That's why you see ISIS driving around in American Humvees. There's no news really on this. He has a Pulitzer Prize winning journalist, but there's no news in America about it because our mainstream's been bought out by the same people that buy the elections every year. Scroggie16 needs to wake up, America. You have to wake up and get out of this perception of that you can have a war on terror, because you can't. Scroggie16 is going to change that first day in the war on terror. I'm here for you, America. I'm going to leave a link for you so you can check out this guy that I'm talking about, Seymour. He's an independent journalist, and he's just doing waves for the community right now on understanding what the hell's going on with the war on terror and who's in charge. Charlie Brown? Who's in charge of this freaking war? Scroggie16 wants answers, and I'm tired of living in a fake world. Scroggie16.
Ladies and gentlemen, the very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society, and we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. Even today, there is little value in opposing the threat of a closed society by imitating its arbitrary restrictions. Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not survive with it. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it's in my control. And no official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, civilian or military, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed. No president should fear public scrutiny of his program, for from that scrutiny comes understanding, and from that understanding comes support or opposition, and both are necessary. I am not asking your newspapers to support an administration, but I am asking your help in the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people. For I have complete confidence in the response and dedication of our citizens whenever they are fully informed. I not only could not stifle controversy among your readers, I welcome it. This administration intends to be candid about its errors. For as a wise man once said, an error doesn't become a mistake until you refuse to correct it. We intend to accept full responsibility for our errors, and we expect you to point them out when we miss them. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive. That is why the Athenian lawmaker Solon decreed it a crime for any citizen to shrink from controversy. And that is why our press was protected by the First Amendment, the only business in America specifically protected by the Constitution, not primarily to amuse and entertain, not to emphasize the trivial and the sentimental, not to simply give the public what it wants, but to inform, to arouse, to reflect, to state our dangers and our opportunities, to indicate our crises and our choices, to lead, mold, educate, and sometimes even anger public opinion. This means greater coverage and analysis of international news, for it is no longer far away and foreign, but close at hand and local. It means greater attention to improved understanding of the news, as well as improved transmission. And it means, finally, that government at all levels must meet its obligation to provide you with the fullest possible information outside the narrowest limits of national security. And so it is to the printing press, to the recorder of man's deeds, the keeper of his conscience, the courier of his news, that we look for strength and assistance, confident that with your help, man will be what he was born to be, free and independent.
You were both in Skull and Bones, the secret society.
It's so secret we can't talk about it.
What does that mean for America? The conspiracy theorists are going to go
I'm
wild.
sure they are. I don't know. I haven't seen the rest.
Number
of it.
322?
First of all, he's not the nominee. And, look, I look for...
Are you prepared to lose?
No, I'm not going to lose.
You both were members of Skull and Bones, a secret society at Yale. What does that tell us? Not much, because it's a secret. Is there a secret handshake? Is there a secret code? I wish there were something secret I could manifest. 322, secret number? There are all kinds of secrets, Tim, but one thing is not a secret. I disagree with this president's direction that he's taking the country. We can do a better job, and I intend to do it. And we'll be watching Be Safe on the Campaign Trail.
Wake the fuck up, America.